Welcome to Spoken Word Sunday with Granddaddy G. I'm Glenn Granddaddy G. Bruno. This is episode number 38. And this is the last week of National Poetry Month, April 28th, 2019. So I want to pay tribute to the person that inspired me to first start writing poetry. When you look up his name, it doesn't say anything about being a poet. It says that he is an American singer, songwriter, author, and visual artist who has been a major figure in popular culture for 6 decades. But I think he's one of America's greatest poets. And if this isn't poetry, I don't know what is. Once upon a time, you dressed so fine, you threw the bums a dime in your prime. Didn't you? People'd call, they'd say, beware, doll, you're bound to fall. You thought they were all kidding you. You used to laugh about everybody that was hanging out. Now you don't talk so loud. Now you don't seem so proud about having to be scrounging for your next meal. How does it feel? How does it feel to be without a home, like a complete unknown, like Rolling Stone? You've gone to the finest school, all right, Miss Lonely, but you know, you only used to get juiced in it. And nobody has ever taught you how to live out on the street. And now you find out you're going to have to get used to it. You said you'd never compromise with the mystery tramp, but now you realize he's not selling any alibis as you stare into the vacuum of his eyes and ask him, do you want to make a deal? How does it feel? How does it feel to be on your own with no direction home, like a complete unknown, just like a rolling stone? You never turned around to see the frowns on the jugglers and the clowns when they all did tricks for you? No, you never understood that it ain't no good. You shouldn't let other people get your kicks for you. I remember you used to ride on the chrome horse with your diplomat, who carried on his shoulder a Siamese cat. Ain't it hard when you discover that he really wasn't where it's at? After he took from you everything he could steal. How does it feel? How does it feel to be on your own with no direction home, like a complete unknown, like a rolling stone? Princess on the steeple and all the pretty people, they're drinking, thinking that they got it made, exchanging all kinds of precious gifts and things. But you better lift your diamond ring. You better pawn it, babe. You used to be so amused at Napoleon in rags and the language that he used. Go to him now. He calls you. You can't refuse. When you got nothing to lose. You're invisible now. You got no secrets to conceal. So how does it feel? How does it feel to be on your own with no direction home, like a complete unknown, like a rolling stone. Thank you, everybody. That, of course, is by Mr. Bob Dylan, written in 1965. I was 11 years old. And in those days, on the back of the record albums, they had lots of room, if you've seen vinyl albums, younger people, to put all the words of the songs. And this one particular album I remember my brother had, I played it to death. It's called John Wesley Harding by Bob Dylan. And there was a story on the back of the album that Bob Dylan wrote himself, where he incorporated the names of all the songs into his little story. And it was just the most creative thing I'd ever read in my life. And I just, at that moment, felt like, well, I wish I could write something really creative and thoughtful like that myself. And so that's when I started writing poetry, and I was around 11, 12 years old, thanks to Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan was born Robert Allen Zimmerman on May 24th, 1941. As I said, he's an American singer, songwriter, author, and visual artist. And he has the name Dylan because of Dylan Thomas, which was one of his favorite poets. So I'm going to go ahead and just do one more poem of mine, original poem that I wrote this week. I just finished it a couple of days ago, kind of in the Bob Dylan style of writing about politics and current events. And I call it Democratic Socialism. Democratic socialism reminds old people of communism. For the Democrats, there is a schism over democratic socialism. We want free health care and free college, but I must share my knowledge. Nothing in life is ever free. You should see how much Medicare charges me. Joe Biden, what took so long deciding? If you didn't run, I was afraid that Trump could win, and I don't think that I can go through that again. No extreme right or extreme left, the middle way is always best. At least that's what the Buddha said. Why can't we be purple instead of blue or red? What we need now is unity. No more division or bigotry. Love each other, you and me. The home of the brave and land of the free. The only answer to this riddle, for us to meet in the middle. That's the way you fine-tune a station. Let's all work together and fine-tune our nation. I think we can do that. Thank you, everybody. Have a great week. I'll see you next Sunday on Spoken Word Sunday with Granddaddy G.